Hello everyone and welcome to the Plants But Better channel. My name is Adina and today is all about Philodendron Pedatum. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I want to make it look a bit better. So what I'm gonna do is keep the same substrate, keep the same pot, add 2 more branches. All in all, I just want to make it look a bit tidier, if that makes sense. If you've been wondering if you can grow this plant without a pole, the answer is no. One of the problems you may encounter when caring for Philodendron Pedatum is the fact that the stems become stronger and stronger, and if they don't have enough support to grow upwards, they will break, like this one. This beautiful stem is from another specimen, and unfortunately it snapped. And the solution for me is just to place it in water and wait for new roots to grow and then place it right back in the substrate. And trust me, I've been there multiple times. I have so many plants of this philodendron, I even lost count. Right now in front of me, I see at least 20 of them. So today we're going to help this plant reach its full potential. So yeah, let's get started. It's best if you have someone to help you out because you will need to be extra careful to not snap this plant. And I would say it's a great idea to change its pole quite frequently. You don't want this plant taller than the pole. I will take my tray and gently remove the substrate from this plant. I actually watered it like yesterday because it was quite dehydrated. It's actually a win-win because I will not sneeze a lot in this video because of the dust. Let's see. Hopefully I don't have any root loss and I will not make that big of a mess. We do have some dehydrated roots. Sometimes I forget to water it, I must say. I see some root rot in here. Let's throw this away. Other than just a few casualties, the plant looks quite good, quite okay. I will just take the new branches, place them right back in this pot and reuse the substrate because the substrate is good enough. I know it will drain the water well because it is a mix that has all the right ingredients. I will just add these new beautiful babies. The easiest fix, in my opinion, for the snapping situation is to just place it in water and wait for new roots to grow. This philodendron, it's so fast growing. Like, I bought a very big plant in the beginning and I propagated like crazy because it grows pretty fast. It is not a drama queen. And if you want something a bit more special and very good looking, I think this plant is the right fit for you. I'll try to fix this plant as best as I can because I want this pole to stay on its own. If you have a very lightweight substrate, sometimes you'll see this plant wobbling. I don't see any reason to upgrade the pot. I actually think it's a better idea to wait until you see the roots conquering the soil. We'll just add the new branches and see how it goes. Oh, do you see this branch? This branch needs support. So this makeover, it's more about the aesthetics of this plant and not about the health, because this plant is in top shape. It's just a bit neglected. I will actually water the plant again just to make sure that the substrate is evenly distributed, and other than that we will move on to these. I will probably remove some substrate from this pot a bit later after I water it and finished with the whole makeover, because I don't like it when I water the plant and then I need to wait a bit because it will spill the soil all over the place because it's too much. I'll do that a bit later. Now let's take another tray and water this plant. Let's move like this. How about now? I'm trying to figure out from the footage if this pole is straight or not. Doesn't matter. Okay, I think that's enough for now. So the next thing I'm going to do is to reuse some wire. And I'm going to start at the base. If you're doing this from scratch, I would say to use some jute in some places and remove it once you use the wire. So right now, let's start at the base. I'm going to use this wire, this size. Remove the existing wire from the old branches because I have 2 new ones to attach here. So when I want to attach the stems, I will leave the leaves out of it and just attach the stems. This wire is not my favorite because it's a bit rigid, and if you have a more flexible one, I would recommend it. I will move on maybe like 10 centimeters above and do the same thing. Again, I will just ignore the leaves. The reason I leave the leaves alone is again for aesthetics, and I try to place them in the most natural way possible. This is going to take quite some time. I try to place the stems one near the other. I don't want them to be cluttered in the same space. I want them evenly distributed around the pole. And I am trying to be extra careful with the new leaves and the aerial roots as well. I'm gonna show you in just a sec what I'm trying to say. As you can see in here, I have the branches evenly spread across the pole. I don't have one on top of the other. Now let's do this, I don't know, like 20 more times and I'll be done with this video. Remove the jute once you don't need it anymore. It was very helpful, and just continue the process.
2,000 years later.
I'm finally back. It took so much time that my battery died, and then I tried to recharge it and it's just 31% because somehow I left my camera on and it didn't make quite difference. So there you have it, the beast. Let me show it to you a bit better. Right now it's on the chair. Sorry, downstairs neighbors. It's almost as tall as me, so I think we did a pretty good job. For me, it is a very easy care plant, and I definitely recommend it for beginners. And the best way to clean it is to shower it, because if you want to remove the dust in any other way, it will take you forever. I think it took me even to tie it up maybe like half an hour or so. It was crazy. But it has a lot of branches. 2, 4, 6, 8... I think it has 11. I lost count. So I'm looking forward for this plant to grow even taller. I prefer terracotta with this plant. Well, it's a personal preference for a lot of plants. I would say it's great for support as well. Next, I'll be showering it to get rid of all the dust in here. Place it in bright and direct light on the balcony, and then maybe leave it for 3 weeks or so until I water it again. And yes, I don't water this plant every week. If this plant needs watering, it will tell you. You'll see the leaves a bit droopy, and you will also see wrinkly stems. Hopefully you won't see the latter because that one is a bit more severe. But when you see the leaves going a bit sad, then it's time to water your plant. You know what? I think I changed my mind. I will keep this plant in the studio, maybe somewhere in here, because I don't like this wire that is powering my sign. I think it would look great. Let's try it out. Huh? What do you think? Maybe best case scenario is bright and direct light until it gets a bit bushier, and then I can definitely hide that wire in here. If you have additional questions about this philodendron, you can leave them in the comments. Next, I'm going to place this beautiful cutting in water and start all over again. And until next time, don't forget to take care of yourself and your plants and your cuttings as well.